Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm your host, that one camera guy, and in this episode we're going to be doing an unboxing of the Sony, not the Sony a6300, but the Canon 80D. By the way, I am recording this video right now with the Canon 80D, and I've got the face tracking turned on. I'm shooting with a Sigma 35 f1.8 Sigma art lens, and I have it at, f1.4, but I got it set to f1.8. And I'm going ahead and testing out the tracking capability of the actual lens and camera combination. I've also am recording directly using a Rode Wireless Lav kit into the Canon 80D, and so you can kind of hear what the audio sounds like with the Lav kit. I've also got the a6300 recording as well, so you can kind of see a little bit of the difference in resolution. I'm recording at 4K on the other one and 1080p on the Canon 80D. I'm using like a neutral picture profile. I kind of turned down some of the values to kind of allow me to grade the footage just a little bit there. But there you go. Let's go ahead and jump into the unboxing right now. Now, first of all, why in the world did I go ahead and pick up the Canon 80D? Honestly, I really don't have long-term plans with the camera. I just went in and picked it up. I wanted to do some reviews and tests with it. I had the 70D for, let's say about 4 or 5 months. And, I didn't use it a whole lot. I did take advantage of its dual pixel autofocusing when I did some training videos, some teaching videos. And so that really came in handy. But yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into the unboxing. All right, so as far as the packaging is concerned, I ordered this from B&H Photo. What was it, around $1,100, almost $1,200 for the camera. So here we go. All right, so here's the camera right here, and very typical of what you're gonna see. Nothing on here specifically. The decal is always interesting. That's on the box right here. Tells you how many megapixels, ISO range, cross type, frames, and the viewfinder approximation and dual pixel autofocus, and Wi-Fi and NFC. Now, I think one of the really interesting factors for this is whether or not it is a good kind of mid-range video camera type device. And we're gonna go and find that out a little bit later. But here we go, unboxing it. We get our typical forms. We've got some manuals here in 2 different languages. And then right away, since this doesn't include the actual lens, so it's just straight onto the actual camera. There's the camera. We're gonna hold on that for a second. We've got our very Canon charger there. Very used to that one. I've got my strap right here, 80D. I've got my battery. I do wonder if it is an LPN battery. Wondering about that. Okay, and here we go. Take out the camera. All right. So back at it again, here we go. So here we go, you got the camera here, nicely wrapped and packaged. Again, I got this from B&H Photo. And here we go. Let's take a look at the camera. So here it is, the Canon 80D. Honestly, in terms of the overall feel that the camera has from the previous generation, which was the 70D, it has the same feeling, so there's nothing too crazy. Right here I've got a 7D, but so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the components around the camera. Again, it feels good. I mean, it's what you expect out of this particular series model at polycarbonate, I think, and yeah, it just looks a little more boxy just from the appearance. I think the idea was to prevent certain components from overlapping on each other. All right, so the camera, like I said, it is very, it's very similar to what it was before. I've got my mic and my headphone jack port right there. Go ahead and expose that right there. Take a look. We have a remote down there, and then we've got USB and HDMI on the side. On the top dial of the camera, you'll find everything there is pretty much the same as far as what I see, with the exception of this one right here. I'm not even sure what that is. I guess I'm gonna have to find out what that does. Buttons look like where they're supposed to be. Buttons do feel a little different. Honestly, when I compare it to a Canon 7D Mark II, the buttons on this feel much better than what you have here on the 70D. So you're still getting that not the greatest material quality. And then moving on, we got our zoom in, zoom out, AF on, start, stop. This is a little bit different here. This setup right here, this recessed area here, cue, playback. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it does look a little bit different. The top part right here, we've got our mode dial, or our dial, our shutter speed dial, mode selector. Everything looks pretty similar to before. Down on the bottom of the camera, that's it for now. So I wanted to show as quickly as possible how to get set up with the camera. Obviously just barely getting it and being very familiar with the Canon system. I've got a 50mm STM lens right here. I'm gonna go ahead and attach that right now. I already popped in a Canon battery in here. I've got my Extreme Pro card. Pop it in, go to menu. Let's go ahead and format this card. We got that ready. I'm in manual mode. Autofocus, I'm going to set to 1 shot. High speed continuous, I'm going to set to 1.8. 4x aperture. Shutter speed low. Take off the lens cap, obviously. Toggle through my different modes, and I'm ready to shoot. And I'm getting good exposure on these shots, hopefully. It's a little bright. And there we go. The camera is, I'm going to start doing some comparisons and discussing the Canon 80D along with the a6300. But in terms of just ease and use, again, it's kind of a preference thing. I don't want to dive into it too much. But I was able to, because obviously it's a little bit biased, I've been using Canon system. I was able to get a brand new Canon camera, go through the modes and systems and dials, and have it ready to go in literally in a matter of a couple of minutes. I just got to dial in, setting my camera to RAW. But other than that, it's that easy to get ready to shoot. And right now I'm going to go ahead and test out the buffer. I'm going to set to manual focus, high speed continuous. Put it close to me. So that was raw. It's just raw. Give it a second there. So the buffer clears with a pretty fast card. Should be ready to go. Let me go ahead and change it to JPEG right now. This is JPEG. All right, so when it comes to JPEG, it seems like it's almost near continuous. I'm not gonna run that buffer all the way completely, but RAW, you definitely have a good amount of buffer when you're shooting, and JPEG pretty much sounds unlimited. So there you have it. That is just a quick look at the Canon 80D. I'll be doing a little bit more coverage on this in an upcoming video. Now back to the other camera. Well, folks, that is it. That is the Canon 80D. There really isn't anything crazy that Canon put into this camera. It was a very incremental upgrade, but smart upgrades. Like I noted in the video, the camera is easy to handle. Everything is where it should be. I'm not surprised or I'm not shocked. The camera operates exactly how I expect it to be. You do have the same frames per second. You have a slightly better autofocusing system. You now have a headphone jack to monitor audio. Now, I'm not really sure if I was able to change the audio levels in the 70D, but you can change the audio levels while recording with the Canon 80D, which is really nice. And again, you're watching the video right now, so you can go ahead and evaluate the quality of the video compared to something like the Sony a6300. I do apologize if there's like a mismatch of the video quality between the two cameras, as I'm trying to match them up as best as I can. Well, folks, that's it. I don't got anything else for you. If you have any questions or comments about the camera or anything I should test or whatever it happens to be, go ahead and post it down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, if you did like this particular video, consider giving it a like. I'd really appreciate it, as it gives me more visibility for my channel and encourages me to produce more content for you. And if you do enjoy the videos that you're seeing on my channel, consider subscribing. And if you missed any of my last videos, you should find like a link somewhere around here that you can go ahead and find actually, or just click on that link to find those videos. And with that said, I'm your host, Downwind Camera Guy, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.